Hello friends, these things will cause you have your visa refused. So don't do them in your DV lottery process. The first one is providing differing information in your application. When attending the interview, you are supposed to produce the proof documents for whatever information you filled in your DS260 and throughout your application. Failure for you to provide the relevant support document or providing documents that do not match whatever you filled, that leads to visa denial. So you are supposed to provide all the documents. Failure to provide a valid marriage certificate if you applied as married, that causes you to get a visa denial. Or if you provide an invalid marriage certificate, that will cost your green card as well. If you applied as married, make sure you have the relevant certificate of marriage that will prove your marriage. The other one, producing wrong academic document proof or failure to provide them. If you listed your academic level, produce the documents that prove that level. But if you say, for example, you have a university degree, but in the real sense you only have a high school degree, and you fail to produce that university degree, that automatically leads to your disqualification. Failure to produce relevant academic support documents will lead to your visa denial. Failure to produce the police clearance certificate for all individuals above 16 years of age in your application will always lead to your visa denial. When attending your interview, you should have all the police clearance certificate for all those individuals above the 16 years of age. If you fail to produce the valid passports for all the derivatives together with yours during the interview, you will be denied your visa. And by valid passport, I mean a passport that exists beyond 6 months after your interview. A passport that expires in 1 or 2 months after your DV interview is considered invalid. All the members in your application should have valid passports that extends beyond 6 months after your diversity visa interview. If you are qualifying through work experience, then you have to have all the support documents that will prove your work experience. And your work should be within the qualified work. Remember, not all works qualify you for the DV lottery. It is only those work experiences with an SVP of 7. And this rating, you'll get it from the onnet.org. This is the United States Labor website where they classify different works, different works according to the level we call SVP. And all jobs that have an SVP rating of above 7, they are considered qualified. But any other below 7 is unqualified work experience. Number 2, the reason why you'll get your visa refused would be if you left out your derivatives in your initial entry. Let's say, for example, you are a married person and you applied as single. That means you'll get refused because you left out your spouse. If you had children legally adopted, your natural children or the children of your spouse, and you left them outside your application, that is an automatic disqualification and your visa will be refused. From the first application till the filling of DS-260, ensure you fill in or you add in all of your derivatives. Maybe you get a child after you have applied. Then in your DS-260, include that newborn. If you get married after you had applied, you go ahead and include your legally married spouse in your DS-260. But leaving a single out will cost you the visa. The other thing that will disqualify you for a visa would be when you include unqualified spouse or unqualified children. By unqualified spouse, I mean you cannot add your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You cannot add a man or a woman you are cohabiting with and is not your wife. You cannot include your fiancé. All individuals you are staying with and they are not your married spouses, you cannot include. If you do, you get disqualified. By unqualified children, I mean children that are not your natural children, your biological children. Children that are not the children of your spouse, the legally wedded spouse. The children that are not legally adopted. These children that do not fall into these categories, you should not include. If you do include, for example, you include the child of your neighbor or the child of your aunt or uncle, then you are going to be disqualified for the visa. Only your legal children, only your natural children or your stepchildren, only those are supposed to be added. Another thing that will cost you your visa would be dishonesty and lies and fraud in your application. If you involve yourself in any kind of made-up stories in your entire diversity visa process, you are risking disqualification. Don't add or subtract any information from any information regarding you. Be truthful from the start to the end. Everything you feel must be true and with proof. Dishonesty and lies are considered fraud and they will deny you your visa approval. The other thing would be involving yourself in crime, either before the application or during the diversity visa process. And we know some crimes will cost you your visa. If you commit felonies, definitely you'll get denied your visa. FGM, female genital mutilation, you will be denied your visa. If you involve yourself in drug trafficking or personnel trafficking, if you involve yourself in such activities, automatically you will be denied your visa approval. Such crimes, don't involve yourself in them. Let your record, your police clearance certificate be clean. Don't involve in the crimes because you'll get your visa denied. And these are just some of the few things that will cost you your visa. And I hope the information is very clear to you now. Please consider liking the video and also subscribing to the channel if you have not yet done so. And let's meet in the next video.